Well, we're closer to knowing Jodi Arias' sentence. The jury now deliberating, and we're standing by for the announcement, finally ending the Valley's most dramatic trial. With that verdict will come a lot of quick decisions.
Like where Jodi goes next and what her life will look like moving forward. ABC 15's Nohelani Graf doing some digging tonight. And Nohe, the verdict could also determine if she'll be allowed to even speak to the media.
That's right, Katie. If she gets a life sentence, then she will leave the courthouse and head back to Estrella prison for a bit, which means that Sheriff Joe gets to make that call. So far, he said no interviews with her, but I'm told he might be reconsidering, and that's if Jodi wants to talk, of course, as well. However, if she gets the death penalty, then our live stream of that verdict is the last you will see of her. From here, it is straight to Perryville Prison. Be it at least 48 hours after a life sentence or the drive time after a death sentence, this will be Jodi Arias' view for whatever time she has left on this earth.
I'm sure her cell is already ready, whether she gets life or death.
Former Department of Corrections Communications Director Barrett Marson describes the cells in the Lumley unit of the Perryville prison, a 6-by-8 foot box that faces the west.
In July and August, it's going to be very hot, and they don't have air conditioning. They do have swamp coolers.
She can take 3 trips to the shower per week. On death row, she can go outside for an hour all alone. Those other inmates get cleared out. Life earns her more time and with others.
She'll have almost no contact with anyone other than you can kind of talk between the cells, between the vents.
Most of Jodi's life will be spent alone, even eating in her cell. To pass the other 23 hours a day in her concrete box, she can eventually buy a TV, read, but no computer time, no more Twitter. Her contact with the outside world cut off. For Jodi, it could be the hardest part of her punishment after years of living in her version of the spotlight.
It's not meant to be easy, and so it is a hard time.
Now, if Jodi Arias gets a life sentence after about 2 years, it could earn her good behavior, which then could get her more privileges. Eventually, she could work her way into a medium security prison, which would be more like a dorm setting and more exposure to other inmates. In the meantime, life or death, the most immediate decision Jodi Arias will have to make is naming one person who will be allowed to pick up her belongings from the Estrella jail that she's collected these past years in jail.
Yeah, certainly an interesting glimpse at her life moving forward. Thanks so much, Nohe.